All right, welcome to another edition of Above the Bridge. This is episode 12. Shout out to our producer, Boy Band John. What's up, BBJ? All right. Shout out to our sponsor, Defend Hawaii. At the time now, you can go to defendhawaii.com and get 15% off anything on your purchase order. Just at checkout rate, ATBpod at the user code ATBpod and get 15% off. Also, Detail Garage Hawaii. Go to their website, detailgaragehawaii.com. Promo code ATBpod, 15% off everything they have there as well. So, same promo code ATBpod, defendhawaii.com, detailgaragehawaii.com. All right, got that out the way. Let's see. Today, it's my first episode of the new year. How you feel about that, John? Starting all over again, feels like, huh? Today's guest, one of my good friends, he definitely inspired me to help me get motivated to do this podcast. He owns an automotive repair shop called Neue Auto. He's a rapper. Sage Adam. What's up, Sage? How you been, man?
Yo, what's up, Thad? What's up, big boy John? Wait, band boy John? Shit, my bad, dog.
Boy Band John.
Boy band John.
There
Shit.
we go.
Who's high?
He's a bad boy.
He's a bad boy, big boy. You know what I mean? Fuck, you know, you got him all, bro. You got it covered. Band boy? Band?
Boy band. Like in
boy band. Oh my God, I'm not even fucking... Bro, the only thing I see is John Wong. I'm like over there like, man, I swear to God, it's BBJ, bro. What is BBJ? Fucking BBJ?
Boy band John.
Oh, let's get it.
Yeah.
Let's get
I'm
it.
surprised nobody asked me to have you explain that.
No, neither.
It just is. So what's up, man? Your album just dropped. How you doing, bro? How's your holidays?
My holidays were good, man. You know, I got lucky, bro. I got some of those hard to get gifts, you know? Those like
what'd you get? An Xbox?
Xbox, PlayStation 5, you know? Now
oh shit, you got both?
Yeah, bro. I got
very plug.
Good friends. I got good friends. I guess I was good this year, man. Santa Claus, shit. You know? Santa Claus got me on his good list, you know?
Oh, good for
I
you.
haven't been on there for a while.
Yo, I guess you had to go all out this year then.
Had to. I was COVID, you know what I mean? I couldn't go out.
Yeah, for sure.
Couldn't fuck up.
So what? Your album just dropped? Was it was New Year's Eve or the day before New Year's Eve?
What's that called? So my boy, a mutual friend of ours, Hopper Boy, had a great idea of dropping it on New Year's at like 12 o'clock when everything goes off, you know what I mean? Rage with Sage album drops. But I'm trying to get the Nahoko Award for best hip-hop album.
So it was a time. Oh, I get it.
No, go.
It was a time frame for you to drop it to be eligible.
Yes. So one of the requirements is it needs to be out and released by December 31st of the year that you are trying to enter, and it needs to be on. I don't know how to call it. Like the distributors, it needs to be like Spotify, iTunes, where you can buy it. So it needs to be sold. You know what I mean? So I pretty much just need to get it on iTunes. Like as long as it hits iTunes by the 31st, then I'm Gucci. So yeah. So it was dope, man. It was super dope. You know, and nobody it was dope. It was super dope.
So tell me about this album, because I heard your previous one. It was like the 7 Deadly Sins. Like that concept was pretty cool, but I heard your new album, and in my opinion, your level got stepped up big time. Like from those two albums, it was like it wasn't like your first album.
And day, bro. It was nice.
Yeah, well, it wasn't like your first album was shitty, but just the new one was like, oh, you just elevated what you were trying to do, and I mean, I like hip hop, but that's not my first favorite. But yours, like, I listened to it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, tell me about this album.
So this album, Rage with Sage, my last album, at the end of it, I was like, Rage with Sage up next. Peace, right? And then, so this was the Rage with Sage album. So the concept of this, I guess the last album was, if y'all never got it, it's on iTunes, Spotify, everywhere. It's called Deadly 7. You get to see the come up, But so the Deadly 7 album was really an album for my kids, man. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to do something different. I don't remember any rapper really rapping about the Deadly 7, like the 7 sins or whatnot. So I kind of wanted to be like, all right, well, let's see if I'm good enough to do a different take on the sins, rather than like being like on the nose, you know what I mean? Like talking about fucking, like, I don't know, gluttony, like talking about eating food, So I talked about eating bets, you know what I mean? Like for guys like that or something. And then I, like, instead of lust, like talking about how like you struggling with lust, I talk about like lust, you know what I mean? Like shit we go through, And then Pride, the song Pride was super dope because I didn't talk about pride. It was all about me. Like the entire song, I say my, mine, the whole entire song. Every bar is about me. Like it's like what I did. So Pride, So that was kind of cool. But then it was my first time in a studio, kind of, with an engineer that actually could help me. So I've like done like albums like growing up as a kid in high school, cause and whatnot, and then just like in the garage or like in a homie's closet, So it was my first time with a dude that like was an engineer, and big ups to my man Hoku Aki, that dude's been with me from day one.
Nice.
All my engine, he did everything. Like that dude has touched every song that I have been on.
So he worked with you on that 7 album.
Yes, that's where we met. Actually, we met on that album. Yeah, and then this Rage with Sage album. Back to like about the album. So that album was like, it wasn't really underground. It was like it was probably whatever it was, But it was an album that I put out with a message, but it wasn't supposed to be like a top 10, top 40. It wasn't supposed to be something that, what I mean, you listen to on a daily before you go to the club. You know what I mean? It was one of those albums like maybe if you're dealing with it or you maybe don't understand what, pride is, you're gonna probably put that song on. You know what I mean? So that's what it's the Deadly 7. But that was an old album. So Rage with Sage, though, that album, man, that was my attempt at trying to go top 40, but with still not compromising who I am, So that's why, because and the reason the name of it is Rage with Sage is because Rage with Sage is because Rage with Sage is my alter ego, you know what I mean?
Yeah. when you're in the club.
Yeah, like I think once I start sipping on alcohol or like like just high on life, bro, like once, I don't know, it's like once you're in that, you ever be in that zone?
Yep.
Like ever in that, like even you don't even have to drink, you know what I mean? Like you're just like in this zone of like, I'm high on life, like I'm about to go get it,
Yeah, I got to experience some Raging with Sage at our events. Like a couple times you got to come visit us. So I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. I think you probably bring out Rage with Sage when I go to one of your events. I mean, the first person I see, first person I go to see when I go to District is Thaddeus. I go straight to that corner, bro. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go straight to that corner. There's gonna be a dude there, and that's the first person I need to see. So that's where I go, bro. And that's you definitely start that shit.
So when Rage with Sage comes out, that's the inspiration behind this new album then.
Yeah. So like I was saying, like Rage with Sage, like it's kind of like an alter ego, you know what I mean, in a sense. Whereas it's not like when it's like when I take a drink or, you know what I mean? It's like when you get in that mode, you know what I mean? Like like you ever been in that mode when you're just like
Sure.
high on life, you know what I mean? And you're just like, fuck it. Like that's really what Rage with Sage is. It's really like, fuck it, you know? Like, yeah. Oh shit, can I not? Oh,
No,
but
you
it's
good. You
really
can
like,
swear. You can
oh,
swear
okay.
and whatever.
Oh, okay. Well, it's really like, you know, screw it, you know? Like that's what Rage with Sage means, you know? You know, like when you're out, you know, it's like my whole thing, like every time friends come with me or like we go on a trip to Vegas or whatever, you know, my one thing I always say is there's no. Like y'all know that, right?
That's
Like,
why I ain't going with you to Vegas.
what do you mean? It's the best time. Have you seen the house party video? That was
Yup.
mostly in Vegas. I mean, not the video, but that, you know, the first part of the scene when I'm like wilding out. That's a good time.
So, how did you even get into rapping? Like, when did you start? Because, like, I had Chris Styles on, and he started at a super young age, like high school and stuff. And I'm trying to see if that kind of parlays into what you were doing. Like,
Oh, I started rhyming in 7th grade. What's that called? 7th grade, 7th, 8th grade, I started rhyming. I listened to what's that called? I used to listen to like Biggie and Pac and whatnot. And I was sent to this like it's kind of like you challenge thing, but like if you're a bad kid, they send you to this place. You're this bad kid, they send you to like this group, like kind of you challenge.
DH.
Just like something like DH, but you're not in prison. Does
Oh,
that make sense? You're like in a military thing. So they
oh,
send you
okay.
to
I know what you're
fucking
talking about.
yeah, they send you to boot camp. So
Yeah.
as a kid, you know, I mean, I'm like, fuck, I'm Hawaiian Puerto Rican, but I'm white. You know what I mean? So I get into fights a lot. So I literally fought like every other day in school. So my mom's like, I guess I was the problem, right? So I got sent. Yeah, so I got sent to this thing. So it was like to like, you know, hopefully it's a place like to make you better. You know what I mean? So in there though, I was like before that, I would listen to like Michael Jackson, like some old soul stuff like that my moms would listen to. I would listen to like my dad, you know, I listened to rock, bro, like heavy. My dad, like Metallica by far is probably like my dad's favorite band. You know
Oh
what I
yeah, I would
mean?
get along with your dad real good.
My
For
dad,
sure.
my dad's a rock star, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know, my dad's a rock star. But so like so I would like so I listen to like different types of music, you know, and then I go into this thing and like this is like Biggie and Pac and Beef and all this stuff. And so I'm in this place and I got all kinds of different kids. You know what I mean? I got kids from the mainland, like it's a military thing. So I got kids from everywhere. You know what I mean? So I'm introduced to like different music, you know? So like I was introduced, like I knew at a young age I couldn't sing to save my life. You know what I mean? Like that is like if you were like in front of me, they said like hit a note, I wouldn't be able to. You know what I mean? Like there's no way.
Yeah, I
Like
can't sing either,
auto-tunes,
bro.
auto-tunes is like, you know, that's for a reason.
Yeah.
Wait, but can boy band John sing though?
Oh yeah, he can sing.
Oh,
Oh, he can sing.
oh,
Shit.
oh,
That's
damn!
why
He
he's
just
boy band
blessed us.
John.
That is why he is boy band John. But yeah. So I got introduced to this music, and I don't know, man. Like it just clicked. You know, like I like the rhythm. Like it just made me bounce. And then they talk about some real stuff. You know, like poetry. It's like poetic stuff, street life. You know, like stuff that I live. So it was something I was able to relate to. You know, like a lot of rock music. Like at the time, like my dad's old classic. So I mean, it's like acid trips. Like you know what I mean. Like they're talking about different things, like drug problems. You know what I'm saying? Whereas hip hop was talking about street life. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, and at the time it's of the youth, you know, so I resonated with that a lot. So what happened was what I would do is I would try to make my own. I don't know, man. I was always just trying to I always wanted things to be my own, you know. So I would write music, but how I started was I would take Biggie verses or take Biggie verses, and I would take other verses of top 40, and I would I would take bars and like remix entire verses to an
Mm.
entire song with other people's lyrics. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
yeah, so like I never wrote my own verse in like seventh grade. I was learning how to structure a verse. Is that like how like
Oh, that's pretty cool.
yeah, so like
That's kind of
but
different than how most people get into it, huh?
yeah, I mean, I guess I mean, we're in Hawaii, so for me to get into it, one being white, you know, two being I mean in Hawaii, it's even more rare. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that's just rare. And there was no Instagram, there was no, you know, there was no drip. You know what I mean? Like there
Yeah.
was, I mean, Kelly Rachel was killing the game. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, shit. Like, you know, like there was none of that. You know, so around me to influence me, kind of. You know, so I just yeah man, it's just how it went, bro. And for me, I just wanted to try and understand, you know. So that's why I learned how to structure uh bars to beats. So I was like, all right, like I'm gonna write this bar, you know. It was all a dream, right? So I'm like, okay, but can I write this to this other song? You know what I mean? So then I'd be like, so it wouldn't be it was all a dream. If you were like, yo, it was all a dream. You know what I mean? Rather than like it was different. So I was like, can I do that? You know?
Oh, I
Um,
see what you mean.
right. So then I did that, and then I was like, oh shit, that was dope, you know? So then people dug it. But because it was all these different bars from like different songs, they didn't think it was biting. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So there was none of this, you know, like that's biting, by the way, like when you're a B-boy. But there was none of that, you know what I mean? So uh because they didn't know. But me, I guess at a young age, man, I was a man of principle and morals and whatnot. So like a little bit of morals. But I didn't like lying. You know what I mean? Like I don't lie. So I didn't like lying. So like I wanted it to be my own, you know. That's kind of when my journey of being a creator or an MC kind of started.
That's crazy. That's not the story I thought I'd get out of asking you that question.
Oh shit, my bad.
No worries. That's super cool. That's different. I know what to ask you. Like, Kay, you say you got your inspiration from Biggie and Tupac, like at that young of a age. I'm always trying to figure out what the fuck rap turned into now, because in my opinion, it's not that good. So who do you think would inspire a young 7-year-old Sage to pick up a mic and start trying to figure this rap game out? Like, what artist now would a little kid get inspired by? You. There you go. That makes
You
sense.
know, Sage Adam, bro. You know, started from the bottom, man.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, adversity. Like, I'd be like, you know, I think honestly, man, I really, really, really feel because honestly, I couldn't answer that for other people because
Yeah.
I don't know like I don't know J. Cole, you know, I don't
But
know, I couldn't say like J. Cole will inspire someone, which like a
yeah.
dude like that does. But like right now, you look at it like Lil Wayne is inspiring this generation. But what's
Okay.
wild is Lil Wayne, I believe, was way like that dude was dope. You know, like he had his own way of killing bars. So I think Lil Wayne right now, the generation we're in today, I feel was inspired a lot by maybe the way Lil Wayne looks and carries himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, but to answer your question, I mean me, man. You know, I would love to think that I could inspire a 7-year-old cat like me, you know, and honestly, bro, like I do. I got my little son, man, my little Zay.
Yeah. I
That
was
dude knows all my lyrics.
Yeah, I was with him at your shop one day, and you showed me your video, and then you stepped out, and I got to talk to him, and he's what, 8 years old, 6 years old?
He's 5.
He's 5 years old.
Yeah, dude. Just
Okay, so
smart
so
kid.
he's rapping your music, and he knew all the words. And I'm looking at him. I'm like, oh, you like listening to your dad's music? And he just lit up, and he's like, yeah, I even get to sing on one of his songs for his new album. I'm gonna be in the video, and like you weren't there, so I could see his joy, and it's like he didn't have to fake it in front of you to make like, oh, I like what my dad's doing. Like that was straight from his heart, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I had a conversation with you a while ago when I was trying to figure out this whole podcast thing, and one of the reasons why I wanted to do it is my daughter can go back in time and listen to my conversations with my friends and people that I meet, and now my last episode is with her, and she can remember who her dad is. And I was telling you, your son forever will be able to pick up your music and listen to his dad do his passion. And for me, to see your son's face was was a pretty cool thing. And I knew like that's why you kind of do it, bro. It kind of will connect your son to you for his whole entire life.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you kind of like, I remember like even that day when you were at the shop and then we went downstairs and then we were just, talking story and whatnot, and you were telling me about, I was like, oh yeah, man, my little son, he loves my music. He's my biggest fan, blah, blah, and then you're like, yeah, bro. He's like, what's so dope is when you get older and like, say you pass away, right? Well, I mean, when you say you pass, like we will pass away, but you know what I mean? You were like, or if your son moves to the mainland, like this is what you were telling me. You were like, he'll be able to always hear you, like he can always go back to that. So now when I make music, like I think a little different. You know what I mean? Like I make music for the people, but I also make music with that in the back of my mind that, this is something that's gonna live forever as long as there's digital. You know what I mean? So yeah, bro. But yeah, man, I inspired my son, dude. Like I keep trying to tell him to sing. I bought him a drum set. I got him a piano for Christmas. Like a little keyboard. Cause he's 5, his cognitive, you know what I mean? His cognitive brain is just
sponges.
Just sponges, bro. Sponges, And he kind of like, I feel like that's why I stay young, because I'm learning. Like I'm constantly learning, so my brain's a sponge too, which I feel like helps us stay young. Like we're constantly learning, you know what I mean? But it's like, shit. Yeah, dude is just picking it up. So I'm like, all right, piano. All right, piano. I know that's good. I'll be cool if he's Mozart or Beethoven. I was like, get some drums. I mean, drums are the shit. My dad loves drums. But my dad broke some drums, so he don't play no more. For real, bro. He's like, shit. He's like, oh shit, and he broke a hole in him, so he don't play no more. Bro,
Tommy Lee shit.
Bro, dog. He was trying to be Tommy Lee, I'll tell you that. Yeah, he just tried, bro. He was like, man, spin himself around, fucking hit something, fucking stick hits his head. He's like, shit. But right, so like I'm like, all right, I'm gonna teach my kid this stuff because that like rhythm, music, notes will help him. And I was like, be a singer. I was like, dude, you got nice blue eyes. You're a handsome kid. You look exactly like me. You know what I mean? Be a singer, though. I was like, because if I could sing, I would only sing. Like, I wouldn't even talk to you in this podcast. I would only sing. And I'd only hope it sounds as good as Boy Band John. But I would only sing. I would talk to you singing. I talk to girls singing.
You'd be a walking fucking musical.
You're a walking jukebox. You know what I mean? only weekend type songs maybe.
Yeah.
But
so was cool for me is maybe like a couple months ago you jumped on Hoppa Boy's live stream and you did a performance. And I seen performances on Twitch and stuff before, but when you came with it, I was fortunate enough to be in the room where he was recording it or live streaming. And the way you went about this mentality was like you were performing on a huge stage in front of millions of people. Like I saw you turn into that, like, I guess the rage with Sage. I seen you turn the switch from just cruising and talking story and then, okay, it's showtime. And when you went and you performed behind a DJ booth and it was just in Taylor's little studio, and
which is dope, by the way. That was a cool.
Yeah, what resonated was the showmanship you had. And like, I was thinking, like, oh, if I was in Sage's head, like, he's probably thinking he's performing to millions of people, and that showed on your performance. It's like how crazy it is for you to perform. Like, do you get nervous? Like, what is your theory to get you up for these shows? Like,
nah. Like, I've been in like brown bags to stardom in high school, so I do that. I was in a gin. Chris Styles actually, I believe, beat me at gin's battle in Pipeline, in a freestyle battle, and then it was.
Oh, you guys challenged each other?
Yeah, I believe it was Chris Styles. I know I've challenged Mox before. Me and Mox. Mox was my first public battle. I think it was his too at a b-boy reunion was held by like Light Sleepers. And that was cool, man, because ever since then, Mox has always been a homie, you know?
Yeah.
Chris Styles, I don't really know that well. I think that's the only time I've actually really seen him. I only remember him because I stayed to the end to watch the winner, because I always was like, man, I'm going to be the best. I'm going to challenge these guys one day. You know what I mean? I'm going to be better than these cats. Like, they got me today, but they ain't going to get me tomorrow, you know? So I stayed, and it was him and Mox that battle, and I was like, dude, those are the two guys I've lost to. Like, my only two battles ever lost were from those two guys.
The champions.
So the champions, bro. I was like, man, these cats, bro. I was like, all right. I was like, I don't even care who wins now, because I want to challenge both of them, because they both beat me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So then I went into acting. Like, I got an IMDb. I've been in some movies. I was in modeling. Like, I used to look really good. You know, not as good as you, but I used to, you know, I used to have a nice little, you know, face to me. But so in that kind of a spotlight, public speaking, you know, or whatnot, I think those things helped me. You know, I think it trained me. So when I go in, I know it's showtime, you know. That's how come, like, I don't get nervous. But when I perform, to answer the question, honestly, bro, I perform as if there is a million of people, even in freestyles. Like, anybody that ever freestyle with me or like on a circle, like, I don't come in and just be like, you know, hey, yo, what's up, guys? I know this is Cypher. I know we eating fries, but I know I'm not a writer. Every time I come through, I just want to fight you, but I'm just trying to not battle in this Cypher. You know what I mean? Like I don't go like that. Like, I come in, like, I'm like, like, let's go, you know? And I think that's because I grew up in the passenger seat of my dad's truck, listening to Metallica, and he'd go off, bro. Like he'd be like, all right, dude, fireworks coming here. Boom, 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 boom. He's like, Metallica, dude, they play for 4 hours straight. They're just coming in heavy, you know. And he's like, you just watch them in awe. Like, you're just dude, these guys are performing their last song on the 4th hour as hyped as they performed their first song.
I've been to their concerts. I went to every single concert. They came to Blaisdell, and I would go like on every single night. And when they come in, they come in hot, and when they leave, they're just as hot, bro. And like, by the time you're done with the concert, bro, you're like, for me, I was just drained. I just got my ass kicked by Metallica for 4 hours, and like, it was crazy. And then I'm do it the next day. It was cool. But I definitely know that, like, what you're talking about.
Oh, that's so dope. See, I couldn't experience that. I've never seen Metallica live.
Oh.
I just never, bro. Like that's so dope. But yeah, so I pretty much I do it because of fans like you. You know, like how you just said, like, do they drained you? You know what I mean? Like I do it like for me is if I'm in front of just you, I'm gonna give you the show. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna give you the show. If I'm in front of a million people, then a million cats getting it. You know what I mean? And so on Hopper Boy's Twitch, I like Hopper Boy. I watch Hopper Boy's Twitch. I would like to think a million people watch Hopper Boy's Twitch. You know, so we kind of promoted it a little. You know, I had a lot of friends that were like waiting for it. So I knew it was gonna I knew that there was gonna be a couple cats there. But most importantly, like real talk, I knew you were gonna be there.
Oh yeah.
Because yeah, bro. Well, I remember this, dog. Like this is real talk, bro. Twitch was for you, my man. Like real talk
Thanks,
as a
bro.
friend. Because you told me you never seen me perform.
Yeah, I never seen
And
you perform live.
like
Like
I
I seen
performed
videos and stuff, but I
uh-huh.
never seen you in person. So I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna go with you then.
Mm-hmm. That was dope, bro. Because you guys were my audience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You, Don, Steph, and Hopper, you know what I mean? Like you guys, that was 4 people right there. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
in 100% of support. So bro, I don't care if it's Twitch, Instagram Live. I don't care, man. Like we're going in. You know what I mean? Like we're having a good time.
So when you perform, you must be drained after, right? Like, because you're giving like all of you. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. It's like an adrenaline. It
yeah,
really is.
adrenaline
But it's
dump.
like it's adrenaline dump. But like during the moment, I think like once I hear the beat, I think I'm at at a between of calm and hype.
Mm.
You know, like I'm calm as in like I know I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like there's no stopping me. But I'm hyped because I love watching live shows. So I'm
Yeah.
just like, you know what I mean? Like I get so hyped too because I'm like, bro, what would it be like if I was watching me? You know?
Yeah. That
I
makes
don't know.
sense.
Yeah.
So I asked this question to Chris Styles, and I kind of want to get your take on it. Being in Hawaii, the majority of the hip hop scene is kind of more underground. It's not like straight up where people would know. What do you see the future of the hip hop scene in Hawaii becoming like? And like, in my opinion, get some good guys out there like Chris Styles, Mox, and then Ose is bringing up all these younger guys. And
Yeah.
like, with that being said, like I feel like Hawaii's hip hop scene is gonna get bigger and more exposed.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it already is, you know. Um, and what's dope about Hawaii, man, is there's so much talent out here. There's so much talent, you know. And I think really like hip hop, I believe in the entire world is more accepted. You know what I mean? Which is why it's like, dude, like I make music and I really have cast like this shirt. I have cast like, yo, man, can I get that shirt? You know what I mean? Like they're like, oh, dude, you do hit like you're a rapper. They're like, bro, that song is dope. But I'm gonna support you, man. Like they're like, dude, you're fire. You know what I mean? Like, whereas before it was more like, you're a rapper. Shit.
Yeah.
You know, like that's really what it is. But I think like it is underground. You know, I think a lot of the influences that we listen to so much different types of music, you know, and we're not just West Coast, you know what I mean? Because we can listen to, I mean, like when I fell in love with hip hop, it was Biggie, Tupac, Wu-Tang, you know, Most Def, Black Thought, Talib, Common, like all these other cats, you know, Ice Cube, you know, Bone Thugs was huge for me, bro. Like I like Bone Thugs, you know. I grew up with in the streets, so like that's like what they listen to. But it was all these different types of music from all these different type of spots. And then you grow older into the crowd and you got Slug, Atmosphere, Sage Francis, then you got these Minneapolis cats. You know what I mean? And then you got these Seattle cats, you know, that were really big, you know what I mean? Especially like, you know, and so they were like It's just you have so many inspirations from so many places in Hawaii that I feel like it's underground because we're different. Does that make sense? Like, you know what I mean? But a lot of cats do listen heavy to underground. I feel that it's coming up though. You know, there's a lot of cats out there that I've personally worked with, been in the studio with, that are, I mean, making big moves. I'm talking like 80,000 followers on Instagram. You know what I mean? And they're not influencers. I'm talking like 200,000 followers. You know what I mean? Or like, there's this one cat. There's one cat that I met, and he had like 1 million views on YouTube. I was like,
and he's from Hawaii.
He's from Hawaii. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, bro, like, what are you doing? You know, like,
so do you feel like to break out in hip hop industry, you gotta leave the island?
Yes.
So that's kind of gonna be in your future plans eventually.
Nah, you don't need to move. You know,
but you just got to get your shit to the mainland.
Yeah, you know, you gotta travel. You gotta put on some. I don't know. I'm trying to crack the algorithm. You know, so anybody out there that knows how to crack the algorithm, please let me know.
Yeah, you're gonna rewrite it.
Yeah, you know, we're gonna make it our own.
But with the internet now, like your content can be reached anywhere. Like I get people in China and stuff listening to my podcast, and like I'm making this in my room, and Boy Band John's producing it, and they're listening to it all over the world. It's like your grasp to reach your audience anywhere is their sky's the limit.
Endless.
So
it's endless, yeah. And bro, what's it called? Microsoft was created in the garage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got something going, bro. You know. But yeah, bro. Oh, with the internet, the reach is heavy. You know. Actually, most of my plays, fortunately, is in Las Vegas and Los Angeles, which is
that's
crazy.
where you want to be.
Yeah, and then I got some plays like random spots, like in Florida. I got people. I tried to push Minneapolis, just because I know that, like, I'm pretty sure my music could vibe there, you know. But I mean, with the internet, if you can tap into it, I mean, sky's the limit, you know. I mean, you look at the influencers; they're making hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars from their cell phone.
For sure.
You know, so it's kind of wild, man.
I know, and a lot of them, yeah, their content isn't even that good.
but they're brilliant marketers.
Yeah, or they're just a hot chick.
Or they're just a hot chick, bro.
Bruh, so many of those hot chicks just get on Instagram and make money, and like you ever talk story to them, and they're like stupid, but whatever. So whatever's working, they're smarter than me. Yeah.
Or they don't look like they do on Instagram.
Oh, bruh, filters? Bro, don't even get me started on filters.
Or angles?
Oh, man. I see some girls, like, I'm literally looking at their Instagram, looking at them. I'm like, this is not you. Like, this can't be you. Like, there's no way this is you. And and you know, like, for them to transform their picture into that must have took a long time.
Yes, it did take a long time. I know that.
Looking.
I know that, bro. I mess with some computers, you know, programs.
Yeah. I'm gonna put abs on me and tan and shit. Then they're gonna look at me in real life. Yeah, gonna come out looking. Yo,
like, some of this. What, you been quarantined? You look white in real life. Like,
yeah, some of these people on Instagram, like, I'll watch their stuff, and their whole TikTok video is so precise. I'm thinking, you must have spent hours on that, and like, who fucking cares? You can dance to a song, like. But their facial expressions is like, you can tell that this is so important to them.
Yeah. Oh, they're serious.
Hey, whatever. If it makes them happy, do it. But I just don't understand it.
Serious. Okay. I mean, no. You look like you're doing sign language.
I think that yeah, and I'm just worried that like my daughter's gonna get caught up into that and like wanna be one of those people, and it's like,
Oh
what
shit.
do I tell her? Like she's trying to be creative, but it's just I don't know.
Fuck, I don't know. Be the best. You know
Be the
what? If you're
best.
gonna do TikTok, be the best TikTok out there.
I guess so, man. It's just not my thing. Maybe I'm too old to understand it or something. I don't know.
I don't know it, bro. Gary V, bro. That guy was putting his life on TikTok. And he was like, man, I bet my life that TikTok's gonna be the shit. And it really, I mean, it kind of was, you know. Last year, right?
Yeah.
Last year, like COVID year was huge. COVID, I mean, 2020 was it was TikTok, you know.
So okay, that being said, so you had a lot going on in 2020, and honestly, last year sucked for a lot of people, like myself included. I tried to find the silver lining, and I had a lot of good, positive moments in 2020. But on a whole, it was not a year I would want to redo again. But
Mm-hmm.
how was 2020 for you?
2020 was amazing, man. Um, yeah, I don't know. I didn't get a stimulus check, nor did I get unemployment, which is fine. Um, but I'm happy that the people that needed it did, you know. But I had to work harder because I wasn't able to get one. Um, but I like 2020 to me, man. Was I got to find out who I was. Does that make sense? Like a
Yep, for sure.
survivor, you know. And what I loved about 2020, in all honesty, and I've told this to I think almost anybody that's asked me recently, is there was no temptations at all. There was no distractions at all. You know what I mean? You couldn't go out. You couldn't go rage. You know, so I was actually able to focus. You know, and that's how I kind of took 2020. Was like, all right, if we stuck in a room, stuck in a house, you know, stuck in a car, stuck in a hotel, whatever. I mean, what you gonna do? Cry about it? You know? I mean, it's what can we do? You know? So it's kind of like survival mentality is, do you just sit back and relax and chill and just, you know, take the handouts? Or do you go and rise above that and, you know, make your own path, you know? And I mean, I don't know, bro, like I look at it like so I think I've told you this. Empires have been built on like in hard times. You know what I mean? I mean, Rothschild and pretty much they like war the craziest time because they become the richest. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? In the depression, like people that were slanging coats, like they were making coats for people. They were you know what I mean? They had these hidden speakeasy bars. You know what I mean? These things, and these guys were just like just trying. You know, they're like, yo, they're just banning all this stuff. No, hell no. Like we gotta try. You know, people is cold, like pandemics this, pandemics that, like depressions, you know what I mean? And these companies were built from that. You know what I'm saying? Like even there's a company, oh, it's a coat company. Oh, it's a coat company. I forget which one, but it's like in Holland or something. You know what I mean? And they were built because uh because of like their depression. You know, so like in these hard times, I've known growing up, like, dude, these are when like this is like when like fuck, say Louis Vuitton was the only person that could make leather something, you know, and they needed Leathermans, you know what I mean, and they made something, you know what I mean, like that's how Louis Vuitton became it, you know, like so
Yeah.
so I looked at it like this is the time, like this is the time. So proof is my stocks percentage is at 174%, which is ridiculous because I bought stocks as soon as everything shut down. Everybody's all scared. I was like, boom. You know what I mean? And I was just like, all right, what's going to happen? If it goes any more down than it was, We got more problems than money and stocks. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We got World War III, or we got like literally survival. You know.
Yeah.
So
Armageddon or
yeah,
some shit.
2022 yeah, bro, like fucking I don't know, Walking Dead. You know.
That's what it started to feel like, man. So you started an auto repair shop like right before COVID hit and shut down everything. So
Yeah.
tell me something about your repair shop.
Oh, thank you for asking. So my repair shop is located in Mapuna Puna, 2847 Avava Lower Street, Honolulu, Hawaii, 96819. Or you can go to www.newauto.co. You know, if you want to schedule an appointment, check our stuff out. It's pretty cool.
And it's
But
NEU, right? NEUE
yes,
auto. Right on.
yes. So it's NEUE. The reason behind that, so me and my good friends, Jeremy and Nick, we were low key like trying to flip cars because Nicholas Gerard is probably, in my opinion, the best mechanic on the island, hands down. You know, that guy diagnosed problems that dealerships can't diagnose. You know what I mean? I mean, we got dealerships coming to our shop because they're like, we thought it was this, but it wasn't, so we messed it up. Can you help us figure it out? And we've had that. I mean, I'm not talking like used car dealerships. I'm talking like big dealerships messing up. You know what I mean? Like we've had that. I won't mention names, but we've had that. And it's not people that we have contracts with. You know what I mean? It's like they couldn't figure it out. So customers like, well, I'm gonna take it to New Auto. You know what I mean? And whatnot. So Nicholas Gerard is that guy though. He's that good. Like he has this modern way of thinking and he just knows cars so well that he can pinpoint. I mean, he takes it for a test drive. You know what I mean? He goes down Lagoon Drive and comes back. He knows what the problem is. Like almost. Like that guy's that good, you know? And so when we were like getting into it, he was actually going to try to become a professional golfer. You know, but like anything in life, you know, especially sports, it costs money, you know what I mean? So you need to make money. So we had an opportunity with some people that, you know, backed us and whatnot to start a dealership. So we were going to start a dealership, but then
Like a used car dealership? Or?
yeah, because we were flipping cars to try and make money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we was trying to make bread. So we were like, well, let's do a dealership. You know, because they make the most profit. I mean, you own a dealership.
Oh yeah,
bro, like,
used cars do. I used to work for car lot. Yeah.
Yeah, and they make dollars. You know what I mean? So it's like we'll do that. But I was like, well, you know, it's kind of hard to get a dealership license. It's like extremely hard to get a dealership license. One, because you can't just do it out your house or your garage. You have to have a commercial property. You know what I mean? You have to have bathrooms, rooms. You gotta have women and men. You know what I mean? You gotta have an office. You gotta have like security. You know what I mean? So it ain't easy to get a dealership. You have to have a certain amount of space. So we were like, oh, well, we'll get that in the future. We'll start off with the repair shop. And then if we do good work and have the best quality, best customer service, then people will, what's that called? Like, people will know that, hey, New Auto sells cars too. Even if it's a used car from New Auto, we know that it is as if it was brand new. You know?
Yeah, because you ain't gonna like put it out on the lot unless it's fixed up. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
So how's that? Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. No. I just say, so that's why. So then we kind of just went, and we had Nick as the mechanic, and he knew how to run a shop. And I mean, like I said, that dude is just amazing. And so we had him, and we business planned it. And it was like, you know what, Nick, let's do the repair shop for the reasons I just gave. Let's do it. So that's how New Auto started. And yeah, it just kind of took off.
And has it been successful during the pandemic? Like, I know a lot of people are trying to get things out of the way that they couldn't. So I figure fixing their car might be like fall right into that category.
Yeah.
But you guys just started though, right?
Bro, I signed. We started 2 weeks before the shutdown, and at the time, we were joking about COVID. We were like, man, COVID just like, you know, I mean, I still think it's just the flu, you know. Um, it'll go by, you know, it's some political agenda thing, you know what I mean? It'll roll over, nobody's taking it serious, you know what I mean? And then boom, shut down,
Yeah.
quarantine. And it was just like, holy snaps, you know what I mean? And it was just wild. So, but we were already signed in. We're in a 5-year contract. You know what I mean? So it was like, all right, well, we can't pull out. So what do we do? You know, and then kick into survival mode, and then was kind of like, all right, let's go. You know, and that's what we did. So we busy. You know what? We survived. My whole thing is, let's just get it through. You know, let's do everything proper. Let's work out the kinks. Every business has kinks. Every business takes losses. You know what I mean? So whatnot. But it was like, let's just get out the kinks. You know, make sure that our brand is proper. You know, make sure that everybody knows that we give great customer service. We actually care about people, every person that comes in and out, and we care about working on cars. You know what I mean? Like our guys, their passion is working on cars, fixing cars, and they want to do it the right way. You know, so it was like, all right, let's just get through COVID, and hopefully everybody can see that that's the kind of shop we are.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've been to it. You guys, your employees, they're all about working on cars. They're like hustling.
Yeah, our employees are the shit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got lucky with that too, bro. Because of COVID, it was hard to find people. So we were doing so well. Like we had vendors come in, they're like, man, you guys are the new kids on the block, and you guys are busier than most veteran shops, you know? And we're like, oh, that's good, but then it's not good, because we weren't extremely busy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, if they're not that busy and we're busy, it's like, whoa, you know, with the COVID, we could be busier. You know what I mean? Or we could be not as busy. You know what I mean? So, but then we were getting busier. So that we needed to hire, and it was hard, bro. It was so hard to find people because people were scared to leave a secure job.
Oh, especially at that time, yeah.
Yeah, bro. Like they were just scared to leave a secure job. You know what I mean? And we weren't able to capitalize on some very good techs that we could have, but you know, it's all good. We got the right guys, you know, we got the guys that came in and like were there that were, you know, risk takers, or they just needed a job and they liked us, you know, we liked them, and we're like, all right, come through, and it just worked out. You know, we have like a nice little New Auto family, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
It's cool.
So that being said, like 2020 was kind of like the birth of your company, and you had to navigate through it. Like what is your future hold for 2021? But not only just for your company, but for your music and other goals. Like what is 2021 gonna hold for you? Like what do you got like on the checklist to check off in 2021?
To continue to New Auto's growth is essential, you know, just because I believe in the company so much, and what we want, our mission, you know, is so that's like to work on that brand, that get that out there where people know who we are and they trust us, you know, because we threw this raffle for Christmas last year, and it was our first annual giveaway, and we threw this raffle and we were giving out gift cards. You know what I mean? Not giving out gift cards. Well, we gave out gift cards as well, but we were one of the ways of entering was to purchase a gift card. And if you purchase a gift card, you get more entries than as if you did it the freeway, right? You know what I mean? So there's a freeway that was in our terms and conditions, and you could do it that way, but you'll get one entry, which is fair. It's legal, you know. And then, but then it was like, but then we were like we wanted to motivate people to give. You know what I mean? So then whatever. So then we were like trying to get gift cards. So people thought we were like scamming them. They're like, man, it seems too good to be true. They're like, do you really have a PlayStation? Do you really have this TV? You know?
Yeah.
Dude, you're giving gift cards at 30% off. Like, you know, like Outback or like those restaurants would do like, oh, you buy $100, you get $20 for free.
Yeah.
Right?
I got
So
those
we were
from
like,
CPK.
bro, those are the best. Those are the best.
Yeah.
And then as a bartender, dude, we would use those to make some extra cash. So
Yeah.
you know, so
For sure.
because I don't want to ruin it, just in case, you know, life doesn't go as I planned it. I might have to go back to bartending, so I don't want the managers to know that I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what we did is that we gave, instead of you buy 100, you get 20 off. We gave you 30%. So you get, for $100, for $50, 300, you would get 30% more.
Oh, that's cool.
So you only have to pay 100. So it's kind of like we gave you 100 for 130.
Yeah.
You know, so we were like, bro, like just buy it, give it as a gift. Like it's the easiest gift to give, you know. But people didn't believe that we had, like, they were like, it's too good to be true.
Oh.
So because we're new, I think, you know. So it's like, it's kind of like stripes on the streets, you know. You don't just roll up in Hawaii and think you run Hawaii, you know.
Oh yeah.
You gotta
earn
put
it.
in work. You gotta earn your stripes, you know. And so I think that's what it was for us. So I think after the giveaway, I think that's when people were like, "Holy shit!"
So 2021, like you're trying to get, like you said, like your stripes from the automotive industry, and kind of earn your guys' respect through the industry and through your clients as well, huh?
Yes. Mostly the clients. I mean, I could care less about the competition.
Yeah, about your competition. I can hate on you.
I mean,
so musically, what's your goal for this year?
Oh shit! Sorry, I was going on Neue Auto. Musically, my goal is to kill it, man. My goal is to win a Nahoku award, you know, and that's why I put it on December 31st. But my goal is to have, you know, really good music videos and to get on the radio, you know.
Okay.
So in Hawaii, like I know the goal should be to go out of state, which I will. You know, I travel a lot, so I'll be able to do shows out of state. You know what I mean? But for being a Hawaii kid, like, you know, I want to be on the radio out here. I want to win a Nahoku award first, because this was the place where I had the most haters, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I win a Nahoku award. I got my song on the radio. It's like, what you gonna say now? You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, but it just shows also, like, if you put in hard work and you don't let these haters dictate your future or like, you know what I mean? Let these haters just influence you. Anything's possible.
Can use it to fuel you, man.
Yeah.
I've done that before. I had plenty haters.
Yeah. Oh, you have so much good going for you, bro. People hate because they're probably just jealous.
Whatever. I don't hate on nobody.
Hey, bro, you're a good dude, my man.
Try to be. All right, man. We've been going for an hour. I think it's time to ask the question of the week. Where's Boy Band John?
All right. So I think I'm going to flip the script on the question, because Sage kind of mentioned that, you know, he grew up listening to Pac, Biggie, Wu-Tang, shit like that. So I would think the question of the week should be, what are your top 3 favorite albums of all time?
Albums.
Ooh.
3?
Oh,
that's a fucking rough one.
Oh.
I can say 3 just from one band.
Who?
Shit. Metallica.
Oh,
Linkin Park. Yeah. Okay, I'll go first then. For me, Metallica, I would say all their albums, but the one that I could resonate with the most, and it was kind of when I was going through some shit, would be the Black Album, because it helped me through a lot of tough times, and every time I hear those songs, I remember how much it strengthened me. Yeah, I even got a line on my chest tattooed saying,
dope.
Yeah, something I tell my daughter is so close no matter how far. and how no matter how far I am, I'm always gonna be close to you. And that's a line from a song in that album, Nothing Else Matters. It's the first line of the song. And yeah, that album was my album. 2 would probably be Hybrid Theory from Linkin Park, just because it introduced me to Linkin Park, and that whole style of music was kind of rap rock mashed together, like hybrid. And for some reason, their lyrics and their energy was when I was competing and I used to fight and stuff, and that was around that time. And I would listen to it in a holding area, or just anything that I had to get up for, I could listen to it. And then I became a fan of them, and throughout the years, I got to see them in concert in Vegas. I got to listen to all their music, and so I would say Hybrid Theory would be number 2. Number 3, fuck, that's a rough one. Like, it's a lot of
albums.
Yeah, but album, fuck.
Like, it's gotta be like every song has to be good.
Maybe I would say some old school, like, I hate to say glam rock, but I would say rock would be, I would say Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction. That was like one of my soundtracks. And Motley Crue's Dr. Feelgood, that one got me. Or Theater of Pain. Those 2 albums are pretty good. But yeah, I like Stains too. The Stains first 3 albums. Albums like that's a hard one, bro. Albums.
Yeah. Albums is hard, my man. Albums is hard. I don't. Okay, so I think. Okay, so I know for sure. Black on Both Sides for Mos Def is probably one of my favorite albums, because that album, whenever I switch phones, or like when I switch iTunes, that's the first album I buy. Like, that's the first one that I make sure I put on. You know what I mean? Because Speed Law is probably was one of my favorite songs for that dude. Let's see, what else was it sick? Man, I'm like a hard critic, that's why.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I like songs, because I think albums, like, I think there's just too many fillers, you know? I'd have to say, you know what, actually, sorry, this ain't no underground head, but I'll have to say Jay-Z's Blueprint. Yeah. Jay-Z's Blueprint would have to probably be, that would have to be it. And that because Kanye. Kanye's production on that, Jay-Z's flow on that, like, it taught me a lot. I have to be number 2. Fuck, there's so much. I like so much. Tupac. I could go every single. I mean, Ready or Die from fucking Biggie is a classic. You know, 36 Chambers is a classic. I'd have to go at Rage with Sage. Yeah.
There we go.
Fuck it. I'm gonna toot my own horn, man. I think Rage with Sage from beginning to end is the shit. It's a whole story. You know what I mean? Like, you listen to it, like Rage with Sage. If you listen to it, Rage with Sage's first song, it says Sage Adam, Sage Adam. So it starts off as like Sage Adam from Deadly Seven. Then the first verse is about like me, like God, like my thing was like Jesus talking to me, and then me talking to like my kids. You know what I mean? Like I'm always there for them. Like, no matter what, I'm always watching you. You know, and then but the beat goes, and then all of a sudden, bro, like, you know, that drop. Then there's just like drop, and it goes to like club. Like, it's just like, that's a top 40 drop, boom, and then that goes. The first intro goes into the Rage with Sage album. You know what I mean? And then it's a whole story of like just raging with Sage, not giving a fuck, like boom, 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 like partying, not caring, or like played out. You know what I mean? People saying I'm played out, and it's like, well, you coming around now though. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Keep coming around, shit. Well, I'm played out. You know? Yeah, right.
Yeah, I remember.
You know, and then it goes down.
I
remember what you said. You know?
Remember what you
and
said.
Then it goes. Oh, that song is funny though, bro. I like Played Out. That's probably one of my favorites. But then it goes to the last one.
because I was fortunate you let me sample your music. Like I got to listen to it. I'm like in my living room. I'm like listening to track after track. I'm like, oh, this is actually good. And then I'm thinking like, wait, this is kind of really good. And then I'm thinking like, oh shit, I have this on my phone. Like if this leaks, that's gonna blow his whole strategy. I'm thinking like, okay, now what? I have this whole album on my phone. He didn't drop it. And like, I don't even know, like it was on Dropbox or some other shit. And I was like, okay, I gotta get rid of this, or like, I don't know, like it might like leak out and then like somebody else is gonna have it. But I gotta admit, like I told you earlier, the first album that I heard was good, but when I heard your second one, it was like leveled up at least 3-4 levels higher. Like I was like, wow, this is. And then I played it for, I asked Hoppa, and Hoppa for music, I trust his opinion because that's his life. So I didn't say shit. I didn't tell him anything what I thought about it. I just called him up. I'm like, hey, what's your opinion on his music? And he's like, bro, it's good. Like, and then we came up with the idea, and then he was saying we should have you on the Twitch, but his opinion of your music validated how I thought about it. So now it's like, okay, this is good because I thought it was good, and now he thought it was good. So, right, everybody out there should go on iTunes, get his album, and then maybe even get the first one and see the difference.
Yep, definitely. Rage with Sage is the album, and Sage Adam is the name. But yeah, I mean, when you said that, like, what is it, House Party? You was like promoting it, and whatnot. And then when you said that, like when you told me, like, whoa, bro, this is like really good. Like I really like this song. It was cool because I know you're not a hip hop dude. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like at all. So that was like it kind of like it was cool. It was like, oh shit, I might be really onto something nice, or at least headed in that direction.
Yeah. I'm so not a hip hop guy. I got some stories to tell you about hip hop artists. So, we were running W, the hotel, and we're promoting the W hotel. And what is that Asian Far East movement? The G5 guys. Yeah. So we were doing the CD release of Tokyo Drift, or the movie premiere of Tokyo Drift. So we had the after party. So we had all these people coming for Tokyo Drift. We had all these these posters, and we turned it like into Tokyo. And then Far East Movement came, and I don't know who the hell they are. And so the head bouncer comes up to me. It was OC, and it's like, oh, these guys coming in, these young Asian guys, and they're not in dress code. And I'm like, okay, don't let them in then. He goes, but they're Far East Movement. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that means. Like, don't let them in. And then, like, so they left. And then,
like, man, screw those guys.
Yeah, so I got rid of Far East Movement. And then you mentioned his name one time, like earlier, and I'm like, oh, bro, he's gonna want to hear this story. So we're doing errands on top of the Alamana Hotel, and Golden Child brings these rapper guy up, and it's Talib Kweli.
Oh, it's one of my faves.
So Talib's in our event. I have no clue who this guy is, like zero clue. I didn't even know how to pronounce his name. I only remember his name because this is what happened. So he thought we were comping his bottle. I guess he had Patron or whatever it was. And Ryan was like, no, you gotta pay for it. And I guess he didn't want to pay for it. And our bouncer was gonna lick him, like literally lick him in the in Aaron's. And there's only one way down through the elevator, so it's not like he could run away.
Yeah.
So they're telling me like, oh, are we comping his bottle? I'm like, no, hell no, we're not comping shit because I don't even know who he is. And they're like, he's Talib Kweli. I'm like, I don't even know what that means. Like,
who is that?
He got kicked out. Yeah, I think Golden Child had to end up covering his tab, but then I'm like, who's this? If he's such a big time rapper, he cannot like front $200 for his bottle. Like, what's up with that?
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts, man.
Yeah,
damn,
right.
Live.
Yeah, he was there, man. And honestly, I wouldn't. He could come up to. I think he was in a movie that I seen. Italian Job, right? That was him.
That was Mos Def.
No,
That was
Mos Def
Mos
was.
Def.
Oh,
Nah,
Mos
bro.
Def. That's who it was. Yeah.
Wait, you turned down Mos?
No. It was Talib. I was thinking in a movie. No, I didn't turn down him.
Oh man, I was gonna be like, whoa.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean,
right.
shit. Sorry, Talib. You know what I mean? My bad.
And then I'm like, because
They had a bit hype on this.
Golden Child was super into rap. So like
Right.
for me, that would be as if he kicked out James Hetfield of Metallica, and like as bummed out I would be, like he was bummed. Like we just made him look bad in front of one of his
idols. Like,
or somebody
role model
he
or somebody
likes.
looks
Yeah.
up to, yeah.
So I kind of
Like-
understood how he was feeling, but at the same time, I ain't gonna spend $200 for fucking somebody I can't even say his name. You know?
Oh damn!
But yeah, so Far East Movement got the boot by me, Talib Kweli, and I don't know, it might have been some other ones, but we didn't let Rampage in the fucking oceans because he didn't have a collared shirt. And I had to
savages. You guys are savages.
Well, that wasn't my fault. That was the club's fault. They were like, "Oh, he can't come in." I'm like, "Well, I'm not telling him he can't come in. His name is Rampage. What do you think's gonna happen?"
It's gonna fucking cause a rampage.
Yeah.
It's gonna come and just fucking tackle you.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Rampage couldn't come into
Damn,
oceans.
that's savagery. Wow.
Man, we had the most upscale club on the island.
You know
Can't
what
let
I'm
this
saying,
riffraff
man?
in this fucker.
Yeah, you can't just roll up to Hawaii and think you run it. You gotta earn your stripes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
You can't just roll up. Oh, bro, that's dope. That's some crazy stories, my man.
Yeah,
I had fun today.
Kweli. That's how I remember his name. Else not, I wouldn't remember his name. Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
It's not an average name, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I mean, it's pretty cool, but it's pretty cool. You turned down a celebrity. I mean, how many people can say that? You know what I mean? I can't say that. Like, if somebody came up to me as a celebrity, I probably actually would be like, whatever. You bleed the same, sweat the same, live the same.
Right. I had like one time Brian McKnight came to the W and he's standing on the side and I have no idea who this guy is. And everybody's like, he's Brian McKnight. And he's a tall black guy. I'm looking at him like, what team does he play for? Like, they're like, no, that's Brian McKnight. I'm like, I don't know who the fuck that is. Like,
who is this man?
Yeah. Kirk Hammett show up. I bet nobody would know who that is. Like the guitarist from Metallica.
But you would.
But
yeah, bro.
Brian McKnight, I thought he played for the Clippers or some shit.
That's just like the guy that was going around and would like hug Rondo. It was like, yo, man, Chris Paul, you the man, bro. Did you see that? Where that guy's just like going around, bro. He's going around to celebrities. Like, he'd be like at Jimmy Butler. You know what I mean? He's calling him like Steph Curry. He'd be like, yo, Steph, you the fucking man, Steph. Like, dude, can I get your autograph? You know what I mean? I love how you drain them threes. Like, yeah, bro, that reminds me of that shit. Oh, fuck. That's cool, bro. Hopefully I don't get turned down.
You're VIP at our events.
Oh, shit. You know? So, hey, Talib and Mos, if y'all want to come to District, you know what I mean, on Fridays, come with me.
Yeah.
Get you guys in.
Yeah. I wasn't going to let Juju in, remember? Juju Smith-Schuster. We had a picture with him. But
shit. Yeah, you weren't gonna let him in. They were like,
I'm like, fuck that. He can't come in here for free. You ain't a Niner.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
gold blooded all day, baby.
Yeah. I was like, oh man, it's been a rough year, dude. So the season's over, and we went from NFC Championship in the Super Bowl to not in the playoffs. So all three of us are 49er fans, so we're all pretty pissed. And what do you think? It was injuries, right? Wouldn't you say?
I say fire and strength and conditioning coach. Real talk.
See, but that's the thing. They weren't allowed on site for maybe a month after the rest of the NFL could because of COVID and their location. They wouldn't let them in the facilities. I mean, granted, you're supposed to do your own shit, but come on, you know what I mean? Like how much better would they have been if they had a full training camp?
Yeah, that's true.
or
I mean,
OTAs and all
but I
that.
mean, but there was also a lot of athletes training. I
Yeah.
mean, there was all over. I mean, I honestly feel like that dude just trained, like became insta famous because he was training all these celebrity basketball players. You know what I mean? I mean, but
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson was killing it. You know what I mean? I'm sure my man Kittle was probably killing it, dude. You know, but then he got injured.
Yeah,
he
he's
wasn't killing
done.
it.
He was
Fuck,
done.
everybody's done, man.
Our
Yeah,
whole
bro.
fucking team was done. Like, I
I
remember
blame
them
the
showing.
Jets. I blame the Jets.
Yeah, their shitty ass field.
Jets shitty ass stadium. I blame the Jets, bro.
Yeah,
That was the nightmare game.
that's what they get, bro. They get 0 wins, or what? They had 1 win.
Yeah, one way.
Oh, they beat the
Bro,
Rams. Huh? Who was that? They beat.
I forget who they beat. I don't know. It wasn't important.
Yeah, they
It
beat
wasn't
the
headline.
Rams.
It was
Yeah,
headline.
at least we didn't lose to the fucking
At
Jets.
least we didn't lose to the Jets, bro.
Yeah.
At least we didn't lose to the Jets. But
So,
like, what's fucking Niners?
One of my goals is for 2021 is to go back to a Niner game, because we usually go every year, and this year obviously we couldn't. But the Niners couldn't even go to a Niners game; they had to move to Arizona. But I'm just hoping free agents doesn't mess our team up, and I don't know, man. This was a rough season, especially with the high hopes coming off of the Super Bowl, and then like, bruh, I was on cloud 9 like all of last year. That year was magical, and then it's like went to shit.
We lose, and then we don't just lose. It's like, man, when shit hits the fan, bro, that shit just fucking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we just went down like an avalanche. But I mean, you know, I'm still a Niner faithful. You know, and,
faithful.
You know, ready to go until I'm dead and cold. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Win or lose.
You know, win or lose. You know, so what I'm looking forward to now is us going to the Niner game.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna bring Boy Band John with us.
Yep. Yeah.
Imagine us 3 in the Bay. That would be some ruckus. That's when the rage would come out.
Hey, bro, it did last time I was in the Bay.
Yeah.
Remember when you went? I seen you at the Bay, and then you went to the comedy show with your boy.
Yeah.
But we couldn't get me a ticket, or it was sold out or something.
Yeah, it was sold out.
It was sold out. So I was like, so we chilled, we ate, you know, we fucking, you know, we smoked a little, and then, but then like we chilled, and then you guys went. So, dude, did I tell you that I went and bar hopped fucking 7 miles of San Francisco?
That night, right after we linked up?
Bro, I went to the bar, and from that bar, I was like, all right, you know what? I've never done this. And San Francisco is only 7x7. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go and take a fucking drink or a shot or both at a bar and just hop to the next one and just find like the dope spots and just, you know, go meet some people. And bro, I ended up blacked out. Ended up at this crazy fucking at this bar that I met the DJ because I like went out to everything closed in SF. Met the DJ, and the DJ was like, bro, you a cool cat. He's like, yo, man, I don't invite nobody outside of my circle that's invited already, but you want to come to a fucking house party? I said, yeah. You know, I think that's what I said. I was kind of fucked. But bro, he takes me to this fucking house party. And it's like in SF with these Berkeley cats, you know what I mean? Some Stanford cats, but like was dope. Was just dope. You know what I mean? And then
partying in the Bay is good fun.
Bro,
I've been to some underground warehouses after hours. I've been to like a boat party. What is that?
Did you go to the library?
No, it was like a emptied out museum or something, and it was like we had to catch a freight elevator up, and it opened up. I was with Chris and Yams, and then some of our DJ friends from the Bay, and it was like a rager in this warehouse. It was just an empty warehouse. And then we also Taylor had a gig at a museum one time, DJ Hoppa Boy. Yeah. And then we were on a boat party out. Yeah, the Bay is super good fun, man.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun there.
My drunk ass night. Okay, I'm definitely okay.
And we went to some house parties over there, man. Okay, they find out you're from Hawaii. That's a good time.
Game over.
Yeah.
Okay, from now on, I go with you when you go to SF, bro.
For sure. We'll bring Boy Band John with us. Let's watch a UFC and a Niner game in the same weekend.
Dude, a UFC Niner game and a Golden State game.
Oh, yeah.
Bruh. Game, bruh. That's what's up. But,
All right, man. Well, let's wrap this up. Let's see. For Instagram, where can they find you?
So on Instagram, you can find me at Sage Atom, ATOM, like an atom bomb. Boom. And then you can also find me at Rage with Sage. And then as for my company, you can find my company at New Auto, NEUE Auto, on Instagram and pretty much all the platforms, the same handle. You can get me at newauto.co, which is our website, and sageatom.com if you want to, get any releases before they come out.
Nice. And for us, ATBpod.com is our website, Instagram, Above the Bridge Podcast, YouTube, Above the Bridge Pod, and go check out Boy Band John's Instagram. It's BBJ8, the letter 08, and don't edit it out this time. Also, you can find mine as Thaddy Daddy High on Instagram. All right, man. Well, that was super good fun, bro. I always like talking story with you, bro. You're good people. And I brought it up to you before, and I think between you and Hoppa Boy, when I was trying to figure out what my next move was and to get my fire back, you guys definitely played a big part in helping me find my fire back into being motivated to do something. So because of that, I definitely appreciate you, bro. And I like seeing you make your moves, because whatever you do inspires me a lot, even though you're doing it and you're not trying to get people inspired by you. You're just doing it because that's you. You definitely inspire me a lot. So I appreciate you, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you too, man. You keep me going, bro. You keep me going, man. I love it. Those weekly calls that you give me, bro, I look forward to it. And Monday podcasts, that's my workout. I listen to it every Monday, bro. Thank you. This was fun. All right. I appreciate it, man.
Yep. Anything else, BBJ? Good? All right, man. As always, shout out to the Artist Groove Network. Peace out. Aloha.
Deuces.